Hi, I'm Celia White, and I'm one of the coordinators of the Trinity-Tupper Community Garden, and today we're going to talk a little bit about weeding. We're here near this bed. I have this bucket, which I got back behind the fence, and if there's not a bucket around, you can look for one back there. And we'll use that to dump weeds in, and I'm just going to show you a couple basic principles about weeding and how to recognize what to weed. So first we're going to look right here. So we can see that all around this are flowers, but this is not a flower. This is actually purslane, and it's an edible weed and it's a medicinal weed, but it doesn't belong here. So I'm gonna grab it, and I'm gonna grab it pretty near the base and just pull kind of lightly and try to get all of it, because if we leave some root behind, it will grow back. This thing right here, also not flowers. So one way to recognize weeds is that they don't look like things all around them. And in our garden, it's fairly easy to tell what might be a weed because there's no wooden stake at the end saying what the plant actually is. So let's move down here a little bit. So this is an area that really needs to be weeded. We can see that there's tons of purslane, there's these other things, but what we're really trying to grow here are onions. So everything around the onions really needs to come out. So I'm just gonna kind of get deep in there and pull and dump it. Okay, so down here near the tupper end, we actually have some beds that you've probably noticed are completely full of weeds. We are starting to do some remediation using the black plastic and the wood. What that is solarizing, so we're going to actually cover that for a really long period of time so that things will naturally die off. If you're feeling energetic, you can go ahead and pull out of this bed, but it's kind of hard work. Similarly, between the beds, if there's just a little bit of stuff growing, it can grow a little bit, but it's nice and neat if you want to pull things. This, however, is a little bit overdone, and I'm actually going to see if we can see about mowing it down. But this whole bed will be solarized, and probably at the end of the season during garden cleanup, we'll pull everything out and start anew. The first bed here is actually herbs. This bed really could use some weeding, and it can be a little bit difficult to tell what's what. But we have chives, we have dill, and we have sage. Other things like this tall thing, weeds tend to be tall, that needs to come out, and as you can see, I've only broken it off. So when possible, actually dig right down and try to get to the root and grab it, or use a tool like this. This is actually called a dandelion weeding tool, and you can dig down into the root and kind of scoop up if you have one of those handy. And that's really about it.